the 10 commandments of high converting videos. So pay attention, strap yourselves in. We're getting ready to take off. And remember, film at 11 or sometime next week. Okay, number one, and I've said this before in this group, the single most important thing, the critical thing you have to do in order to make a high converting video, because with iPhones, right, anybody can make a video now and throw it up online, and they do. But if you want something that's going to help you in your business and convert those website viewers into customers, it's all about the messaging. You've got to get your message right, okay? There's a couple of things along that. Number one, that's the very first thing you need to work on. You decide to do a video, you don't have to worry about where you're going to do it. You don't have to worry about what the visuals are going to be. What you have to worry about is what you're going to say. Now, you might say it yourself. You might have a voiceover artist say it for you. You don't always have to be the voice in your video or the face in your video for that matter. But you've got to craft the message because nobody knows your business like you do. Okay? Couple of questions for you. What should your target market, what should they learn about your products or your services? Those are questions you want to ask. That's a question you want to ask yourself before you start actually trying to figure out what your message is. What problems do they have that you're going to solve for them? What makes you different from your competition? Because is there anybody here that doesn't have competition out there? I mean, I never run into that, right? Anybody that's in business, they've got some kind of competition. So how do you solve their problems? And remember, begin with the end in mind, right? Stephen Covey, God rest his soul, came up with that for us. So at the end of your video, what do you want them to do? And know this as you're preparing to do your script. You want them to call you. You want them to pick up the phone and dial a number. Do you want them to click, like, subscribe, email, send you a message, download something, or nothing? Are you just doing a branding video? Okay? And those happen, but more than likely you should try to capture some of their information or get them to do something. Okay, so everybody got it. Message is key. What is the message you want to put out there? Very, very important. But number two, we want a nice, clean audio. You notice I have a separate recorder for the audio, and those of you that have given presentations since I've been with the group, you know that I'm there fiddling with it right before you do your presentation. There's a reason for that. Number one, we got clanking silverware and clanking glasses around here. The camera will pick that up because it's physically closer to it, but also I can separate, I mean, this is already separate video. I can take it, I can put it into software. I can quiet down wind noise. I can quiet down some of the clatter. It might not all go away. And there's just the clatter that's out there is less loud than my voice right here. So that makes it key. You should always record your audio separate from your video. Lining them up so the lips sync, that's easy. That's no problem. But always do that video so it's nice and clean. By the way, bad audio, people can't hear. If people don't understand what you're saying, they're sitting there watching you talk in a video, and they can't understand what you're saying, click, boom, they're gone, right? Doesn't take long for that to happen. And let's see what else we got. Okay, so message, we got audio. Number 3 commandment, you've got to have supportive visuals. Now, those of you that have seen my videos, you kind of have an idea of what I do. So what I'd like to do right now is play a video for you that I did just recently. And you'll be able to kind of see what I'm talking about. You know, one picture is worth 1,000 words. I don't know what a video is worth. A lot more than 1,000 words. But let me get this started here. Okay, so this is a video, and let me make sure the volume's up. Okay, it's looking good. So you can see the message, of course, but the important thing is to kind of get the, you know, get what's happening with the visual. Unless you've been in a coma for the last 6 to 7 years, you know that thanks to YouTube, video has taken the internet by storm. According to ComScore, over 188 million people in the U.S. watched over 52 billion online content videos in December of 2013, with the average American spending more than 19 hours watching online video. And retail site visitors who view video not only stay for 2 minutes longer on average, but they're also 64% more likely to purchase than other site visitors. This year, more than 1/4 of the U.S. population is expected to watch video on a smartphone, and 51.9% of marketing professionals worldwide cite video as the type of content with the best return on investment. All this according to eMarketer.com. I could go on, but you get the idea. The good news for you is that if you are a small business or an entrepreneur and don't have video incorporated into your website yet, it's easier now and less expensive than it ever has been. And it doesn't take a lot of time because we are efficient and we produce videos that convert online prospects into customers and clients for your business. We're VideoSnap. And if you've been hesitant to get video working for you because of cost, time, commitment, or just not knowing what to say on video, you need to know the rules have changed. And if you have a website, you need video to get your website viewers' attention. Video marketing can explode your business and get you more customers and make your business much more profitable. To learn about how easy and affordable video is, schedule a free, no-obligation consultation for your business. Just pick up the phone and call us today. So anyway, so that's it. So the call to action at the end, and hopefully, I mean, that was a reasonably decent message. I didn't spend months working on that. It was like a day. So you can get this stuff pretty good, without taking a lot of time, without costing a lot. And that's a pretty inexpensive video to do. Obviously, it was my own voiceover. It didn't sound like me. Did it sound like me to everybody else? Because it never does to me. But it's a pretty good video, and the idea of it though was just basically so you could see some of the different things. So as I'm talking about those things, they fly across the screen, or they pop up, or they fade in, or they fade out, or whatever they're going to do. So that's the kind of thing. And they say that you need either an angle change, and that'd be like in a live video. You need an angle change, or you need some different graphic coming on or off the screen, but every 3 to 5 seconds. And that's what's going to hold people's attention long enough to get your message into their head. So that's just kind of an idea on the visual. Actually, number 4 is keep the visuals moving. And if I got time at the end, I've got another one I'll show you, but if I run out of time, I don't want to cut in my own time with a video that I did. Anyways, so not only videos that are pertinent to what's being said, as I hope everybody, and I know it's a little hard hearing it, right? If you couldn't hear that and you had control of the computer, you'd have clicked away, right? Sorry, it's an old computer, doesn't have that great a volume. Okay, so if you can change the visuals or have something happen with them, have them spin, have them turn, have them fade in, have them fade out, every 3 to 6 seconds. I mean, that's how long, what does that say about our attention span in America these days? Kind of sad, but it's true. Videos or those visuals moving, changing, doing whatever, that's what's going to keep somebody sort of glued to the screen, so to speak. And that's what we want. We want them to hear our message. That's the goal. Okay, number 5, less is more. We've all heard this before. There's an old saying in entertainment, which I'm sure you've all heard, always leave them wanting more, right? You always like, oh, we've had enough of this guy, right, or this gal. So you want them to leave wanting more. Say, I can hardly wait till the next time I say this. It's the same thing. Obviously, with marketing, it's usually talking about information. So with information, you want them wanting more information. That's the way you get them to click. You get them to call. You get them to download the report. You get them to sign up for your newsletter or the report or whatever. So by them wanting more, by you not giving away too much during the primary video and reserving something that you can give to them later, that's how you are going to either capture the information they need or get them to do what you want them to do at the end of the video. Remember, I had that list after commandment number 1. You want to use that to support that final goal of getting them to click, subscribe, or what have you. Okay, commandment number 6, identify. Identify. We have 2 meanings here, okay? Number 1, you want to identify the problem that your customer has. So for example, I was just going to use myself as an example. Video is pretty expensive. As a matter of fact, $1,000 a minute is not unusual for local marketing. Nationally, they get $10,000 to $20,000 a minute, right? But local marketing, local video marketers typically get about $1,000 a minute. It's still a little expensive for most people if you want to do a minute and a half, 2-minute video. Quite a bit of money. So that's a problem for a lot of small businesses. Video is expensive. And you saw that addressed in there, okay? But you also want to identify with your customer. So perhaps it's a situation as you got into a business because you recognized the problem. You had that problem. You got into the business. Now you fix that problem for others, okay? You can tell your own story or you can tell the story of a client, but you want to personally identify with them. Another old saying is what? We buy from people we know, like, and trust, right? So part of video is people get to know you, and they'll get to trust you, and they'll get to like you via video. I think of a show, very, very popular show, and there's many, many of them, but I think of a show like, Seinfeld, right? How many people feel like they know Jerry? Right? They watched him every week for, how long was the show on? 9, 10 years or something, right? They watched him and his crew every week. You knew those guys, and you liked them. Would you buy from him? Well, I don't know. Would you trust him? Maybe not George Costanza. So that's the whole idea with video. You're out there in front of people. They get to know, like, and trust you. Okay? So that leads me to number 7. Now, we're going to get into the actual video here, okay? When you open up your video, when you're doing your script, you need to bear these next 4, which are the last 4 commandments. You need to bear these in mind. Very first thing you want to do is you want a hook, okay? What is a hook? Something that grabs their attention. I'll give you an example. Speaking of TV, a TV is just video, right? Has anybody watched, what's the name of that? Breaking Bad? Has anybody watched that show? Pretty popular show. In the beginning of that show, what did they always do? They always had scenes from a later show, right? It's like, what the heck is going on there? It builds that curiosity. And that's what you want to do with the hook. You want to build, curiosity is very, very powerful if used correctly, okay? So you want a hook, you want to give your viewers a reason to stick around. So you want to provide them something of value or to help them solve a problem at the end of the video. That's kind of where like those, free reports or, free information, sign up for my newsletter, I'm going to send you this, I'm going to send you that, something they can get for free. But now there's a connection. They watched a video, they raised their hand, said, yeah, I've got that problem, and now maybe they sign up for a free report or subscribe to a newsletter or whatever it may happen to be. Now you've got a little bit more of a connection with that person, okay? Kind of depends on what you're trying to do. Sometimes it may be that you want them at the end of the video to actually click the Buy Now button, okay? I don't think most of us are in that business here, right? I don't want somebody to watch my video and click a Buy Now button. I'd rather have them email me or get a free report or something like that. But that's what you're going to do. So you don't tell them what it is. You say, hey, I've got something that's going to help you with your problem at the end of the video. That leads us to number 8. Okay, number 8. 2 minutes? Okay, we don't want to have time for the secondary video. We got a story problem, okay? And I'm not referring to math, but with the story problem, one of the best ways you can convey to people an interest in what you're doing is to give them a story. I alluded to it a little bit earlier. You can convey to them your own story, or if you don't have that story, you solve a problem that you never actually had in the first place, you can convey a story of a client. And you can talk about how this client came to you and they had this problem and they were facing this issue and whatever other implications may be, and then you took them through it and you solved that, which brings us to number 9, which is the solution. This is at the very end of the video, about 3/4 of the way through the video, where you're actually going to bring up the solution to the problem that you've been talking about and thinking about, and they've been thinking about. So you tell them now about the product or the services that you provide that are going to basically fix their problems that you've been elaborating on all this time. And number 10 is going to be your results and your call to action. I lump those together because you roll one right into the other. So the results are, so my client came to me, had this problem, we applied this solution, and now they're very, very happy that they don't have bunions anymore, or whatever it may happen to be, or their insurance needs have been solved. Now they've got a website up and running. Whatever that may happen, or now they've got a video that's converting customers into buyers for them. Whatever that may happen to be. So from there, you roll right into the call to action. So, and this is very often tied into your promise of something. So click on the button and get the free report, okay? Now you're delivering on that initial promise of getting them something of value. So I hope that all makes a lot of sense for you. I know my time is coming to an end. I just wanted to kind of finish up with this, okay? When it comes to marketing, there's no such thing as perfect. There's more effective and there's less effective. So as people who market our businesses, we should always be looking for a more effective way to market our business. And I think my time's up. Do I got a chance for a question or two? Nope, I'm done. Thank you.
Our goal is to support local business, build trust in the community, and to connect people. I'm very proud to be a part of something that can make a difference in my community. I distribute the magazine by hand every month to approximately 150 spots in the harbor. That's one of the reasons businesses love to be in the publication. We're the #1 distributed magazine in Gig Harbor with over 60,000 copies per year. We incorporate community stories and connect readers to their favorite businesses. We integrate print media advertising with an online presence. This really helps businesses grow. I have to say the most enjoyable part about working for the magazine is working one-on-one with businesses. I give them personalized attention and marketing ideas for growing their business. I have a heart for small to medium-sized businesses and helping the business owner thrive. The magazine is divided into sections. We have home and essentials, encompassing everything about the home from maintenance and preservation to green issues and even finances. The life and community section pulls stories directly from the Gig Harbor community. The shop and style section helps consumers with new and fashionable trends to look for in and around town. The health and lifestyle section provides tips and information for living a healthy lifestyle. In the food and dining section, we have a list of featured restaurants to choose from. We also highlight one special restaurant every issue. We love Gig Harbor, but we also like to get away occasionally, and that's the focus of our weekend getaway section. I love all the sections, but to me, the good news section is the most interesting section. It focuses on a specific event in Gig Harbor, which is always fun. I'm Julie Reed, and my mission is to help people succeed, look good, and do great in their lives. I do this by being approachable, and I'm passionate about contributing to something larger than myself. I love to see wonderful things happen in this town.
How you get in touch with me is easy. Just email me at julie@gogetcover.com.